Welcome, welcome, welcome to another episode of Digital Business Forum. Be informed, be inspired. We are so glad to come every Sunday here at 2 p.m. PST time to just inspire you and to bring you, guests that are full of knowledge and inspiration and success in this digital world, our digital business. We are welcoming our guest today. Her name is Ellena, and she is an immigrant from Philippines. She went to Canada to look for greener pastures like we always do. And you know what? She has a lot of information to share with us. How she ended up, hitting rock bottom, and then how this business truly transformed her life. Now she's living her dream life, and she's going to explain all that today. Stay tuned for more. For all our viewers, all our guests today, you are welcome. You have to stay until the end today because truly this is an inspiring story. We have our co-hosts today with us, David K, Dorothy N. She's a coach, and now our guest, Coach Ellena, is gonna go next in when we are going to start our introductions. So welcome again, and please, if you have any questions, put them on the comments section, and let us know where you're watching from today. Let us know where you're watching from today. So we are going to start with our only gentleman, David K. You can go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you very much, Dorothy. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are. Welcome to yet another episode of the Digital Business Forum, where we inspire you, we bring you information, we bring you all sorts of people that are in this digital space so you can learn something and probably make a decision to join the digital space and become your own boss and change your life. My name is David K. I'm a senior advisor on cybersecurity here in the US. I'm a digital business owner, and that's it about me.
Thank you, David K, for that amazing introduction. Our next person to introduce herself is Coach Dorothy.
All right. Thank you very much, Dorothy. Oh, no, Dorothy M. Okay, Dorothy N. So, thank you so much. And if it is your first time to see me, wherever you are watching this, my name is Dorothy Nakalima, and I'm originally from Uganda. I'm in the USA, California. I'm a mom. I'm a proud digital business owner. I'm a former. I have a lot of professions before since I'm an entrepreneur. So all of them, they are former anti-money laundering analyst, safety, environmental, and health officer. And I don't always talk about my first profession in life. That was a nurse, whereby I did it just 2 months, and I'm like, that's not me. So yeah, that's a little bit about me and a proud digital business owner. Thank
Wow.
you,
Thank you
Dorothy.
so much, Dorothy. And for me, I'm Dorothy, healthcare professional, proud digital business owner, a mom, a wife, everything, junk of all trades. And I am so happy to tell you that this business has changed in each and every person that you see here, from Coach Dorothy, from David K, from our CEO and guest Ellena, everyone. And that's why we are coming here with all this good news, because we don't want you to stay still stuck at your 9 to 5, and you're still living paycheck to paycheck. You can change your life. You can start it. You can start this business as side hustle, and you continue with your 9 to 5 and progress. And then at the end of a couple of years, you'll be your own boss, just like our guest Ellena here. Welcome, Ellena. The floor is yours.
Hi, everybody. Oh, there you go. Hello, hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you're coming from. Again, thank you so much, Dorothy M, Dorothy N, and David K, all the way from USA. What a wonderful introduction, you guys. I am so inspired by you as well. And what a wonderful and pleasure to be here in front of a lot of people sharing my story. And I hope that you will be able to get some inspiration and motivation to start as well your journey on becoming a digital entrepreneur with us. So again, my name is Elena. I am a CEO of my own two corporate business in Canada under this
Wow.
online business. And I've been a job quitter for over 5 years now, turning into
Woo.
6 years
Amazing.
in about next month. So I'm humbled myself, and I am so excited to share to you my journey as well. Back to you, Dorothy.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Today we are going to do it different. So, Coach Dorothy, you're going to ask the first question today.
Okay.
All right. So here is our first question. Excuse me, our guest Helena. How long have you been in the business before I go to my first question?
I'm sorry. Come
How
again.
long have you been in the business before I go on my first question? I've heard that you're gonna make.
Okay. So I've been in the business for turning 6 years now, by
Amazing.
next month. And, I've been a job quitter since then because I was in maternity leave when I started the business. And I never looked back since I
Wow.
started this one. So,
Oh, it
um,
is 6 years now.
yes, yes.
Wow.
It's going to be
Wow.
6 years next month. Yeah.
Oh,
Amazing.
all right,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Thank you very much. So let me go straight to the first question. It says that could you elaborate on your journey into the digital online business world for our audience? And what motivated you to enter this field?
Okay. Well, thank you so much for the wonderful first question. Right. You know what? To be honest with you, the biggest why I started a business is my son. And he was diagnosed with a bone structures that needed a constant major surgeries. But prior to that one, of course, as Dorothy M introduced all of us here when she started talking, we were all immigrants, and I am an immigrant here in Canada. I came here in over a decade ago. And just to find and look for a greener pasture. That's very true. And most of us who are immigrants here, we were looking for a better, comfortable life, right? And Canada is one thing that we looked into it, and we decided to migrate here with my family. And so, one of the biggest reasons why I moved to Canada is to give the best possible life for my mom. That's when she was still alive, and of course to give the best good future for my older son because I had only one child back then. Now I have two kids, so I have 19 years old and 6 years old. The gap is really long.
Wow.
Right. The difference. Right. So I mean, so that's why I worked at different survival jobs here and there, just to earn money, to save money, to save some investments kind of thing. But then in 2018 we hit rock bottom in my life, in our lives with my husband. That was in 2018. My son was diagnosed with the bone structures that needed a constant major surgeries. That pregnancy that I had was actually, it was beautiful. It was, all the feedbacks of the doctors was all positive. Not until I gave birth to him. That was the time that we were shocked. We were surprised about what happened. But I always tell to myself, God has a plan and better plan for me. And so, even if I kept on asking and questioning God that time, God would never answer me. But life must go on. I needed to move forward. And the rest is history. When that time, when my son was diagnosed with that kind of condition, that was also the year that my mom was diagnosed with a terminal, you know um cancers, anything. And it was really hard because I was in maternity leave that time, and I was only making a limited amount of money. So it was really hard for me to help my mom. So I was drowning in debt that time, because of the situation that I had. And as I have said, I hit rock bottom in my life. I cried to God for so many solutions, right? But I never asked God about this kind of business, to be honest with you, because I never thought that this kind of business exists. Right? I never ever thought about that one, right? But then after we were discharged from the hospital with my son, that was the time that this business showed up in our social media with my husband. And so that motivated us. I wanted to stay home with my son. I don't want to leave him to a daycare and go back to 14 to 16 hours a day job. That would not be possible for me, because the thing is, the reality that was happening in my life that time was, our second home was the children's hospital. And I couldn't, I can't imagine myself, couldn't imagine myself doing that one, leaving my son to a daycare and go back to 14 to 16 hours a day. And most of my salary goes to a daycare. I was like telling to myself that would not be possible, and that I will never going to do that one. And when this business showed up, I prayed to God. That's the only time that I prayed to God for something. Because when we found, before, prior to finding this business, we hit rock bottom. And I was, it was, how do you explain this one? I was emotionally exhausted, I was physically exhausted, I was mentally exhausted. And I was spiritually exhausted, kind of thing, like those kind of stuff. And in one package, I didn't even know exactly what should I do, right? And God gave me a way to get out from that very uncomfortable life. And this business, online business, gave me the opportunity to change my life. And that motivated me. My son, I don't want him to live in a daycare, and most of my salary goes to a daycare. Yeah, that's how I found the first part of the journey of becoming an online entrepreneur.
Wow, wow, that's so interesting. Thank you very much. And sorry about your mom. I had, she was diagnosed with cancer, and it's really something emotional when it comes to parents. And I really like the fact when you're, when you're submitting your, like your point when it came about, how the way, like, you didn't want to go away from your son, and you didn't want to go back to the 14 to 16-hour shifts. It's like, what came into my mind, it's like you were like, you are not going back to be paid for, like, you're going to that job, and somebody's going to pay you under rules and conditions, like under rules and regulations, so I really like the fact that you are like, I'm not going back to rules and regulations for me to get paid and for me to decide what I can do for myself. Wow, that's so inspiring. And thank you very much for sharing. So back to you, Dorothy.
Yeah, thank you so much, Elena. All I can add is that sometimes, our whys is what really pushes us you know, to explore something better for ourselves. You can imagine having your mom who is sick, having a child who needs more care, and then you just have to still go to work 16 hours and it's the same pay, no increase, no nothing, the stress, everything. And then you had to sit down and decide, hey, I need something better. So yeah, that teaches me that something has to really push you to really look beyond just the normal life that we live, where we go to work, come back, go, just the normal life. Like if you want something more, you really your dreams or your reasons have to be bigger, way bigger, to push you to really do something better. So, and that's good for our audience today. And yeah, thank you for that, for that information. And next one, David K. For the next question, please. You're
If it's
muted.
muted.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you, Dorothy, and thank you, Elena, for sharing that very touching story. The why. I've come to realize from all these, shows we are running, especially when it comes to the reason why the people we have brought here have succeeded.
Yes.
Everyone has a strong. There is always something that
Very
has
strong.
pushed something, that has kind of ignited inside these people, that they kind of have some tunnel vision towards making it. Okay, and when you look at the main reasons why they do what they do, and again, you will see this with most of the entrepreneurs we have in generally in the world. Many of these guys have a background and they have a reason why they were able to succeed in life and how they've continuously been able to stay at the top. They have a very strong why. Now, for instance, Elena's story will tell you that, with family, with a son, and obviously with those kind of healthcare conditions, you need money. Okay, you need money, and it's stressing to be away while you know that the very people that need you are at home. you know so I believe finding something digital, something you could do at home, was really a game changer. you know and then that brings me to our second question. you know how were you able to identify a good opportunity? Because after being in traditional working space where you wake up in the morning, go do an 8 to 5, okay, um, obviously at some point realizing that you're going to need big money to be able to take care of your family. You have a dying mom, and then you have a son that really needs you at home. Here you were, not prepared to even be online, but hey, you started looking, okay? So how were you able to tell that, you know what, this is something that I can do, or this is something worth putting my very limited time, okay, and taking that kind of leap of faith that this is what I'm going to do? How did you come to that? How were you able to identify this opportunity to jump on?
Thank you so much, David, for that wonderful question. You know what? To be honest with you, as I have said from the first, answer that I gave you, I said I never asked or I never prayed about this kind of business, because first, I never thought that this kind of business exists in the online world, right? Because I was not really into the online space. I go and use my Facebook, just posting once in a while, right? But then when we found the business, after we were discharged from the hospital, a few days after, this business showed up in my newsfeed with my husband. And we found this wonderful lady, and we thought like, oh, what is this lady doing, right? The only reason why we were browsing in Facebook that night was because in my heart I wanted to share about my son, right? Because there's so many people that were asking, how's your son, this and that, and I was not posting anything about him just because of the condition. And I think it's not also because I'm afraid, or I'm so shy about how or the situation is of my son. But of course, as a mom, you wanted to protect your son, right, from being, those people are being so judgmental, and you cannot control those people, and they have their own opinions, right?
Right.
And that's a reason why, okay, I was browsing, we were browsing in social media with my husband. I wanted to post something, but then in my heart I wanted to protect my son. And so that came up, this business, it showed up in our social media. And you know what, to be honest with you, I never I never I it didn't come in my I did not even realize that this kind of business would be a scam or anything. I never. I never. The only thing that I wanted to before was to jump in because I wanted to earn money. I don't want to leave my son, right? And when I started the business, because we're talking about money, when
Right.
we started the business, I was broke. I was broke. I was droning in debt. Why? Because when I got pregnant, we were not financially stable. And the thing is, my mom was diagnosed with cancer, and we were not ready about it. Right? So, where should I get some money to help my mom? So, all the credit cards were maxed out, right? It came to the point in my life where, creditors were harassing me because I couldn't even pay them,
Right.
even a little
Wow.
bit. You know what? Yes, that's very true. And I wanted to share this to everybody that your financial status right now will never determine where to go in the future or whatever you want to do for now to change your life. Right? If you really have the desire to change your life, you will going to make a way to start an online business just like this, right? And for me, before, I was like, is this a good opportunity or not? Should I jump in or not? No, I never thought about that. I want to jump in. I want to earn money. I saw all
Right.
those people from the community that are earning thousands and thousands of dollars every month. I was like, if they can do it, of course I can do it. And that one thing that really inspired me to jump into the business, right? And seeing those, not only seeing those, success stories of the people, the real stories of the people, but of course, as well as the platform that we are going to use, that we are using now, right? Is incredible, right?
Right.
There's no any other businesses out there that will give you a platform that is free to use. If you take a look at other businesses out there, you have to start at least $80 to $150 every month overhead for you to run your business online. And
Right.
for us, it's free. What are you looking for? Right? If you have that big desire in your heart to change your life, this is the best opportunity.
Unity.
This is the best business that you need to jump in, because this business will change your life if you take action and you're going to work hard in your business and you put that heart in your business. Something big will happen in your life. Yeah,
Wow.
that's it.
Wow.
Right?
Dorothy,
So,
you're muted.
I'm saying amazing. I don't know if anyone else has addition. She just said it all. Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. Just just amazing. Yeah. So if you're still there, still on the fence, you know, you can imagine Elena started when she was rock bottom. She was in debt. She didn't even have money to even start, you know. But she
Right.
found a way. Why? Because she was determined. She wanted to just make money. When people are making money and you sing, if you come to our community, you will see for yourself. You will just see how people are successful, and you'll be able to get the support you need, and the information you need to make an informed decision. But you have to try. You have to come and check it out. You have to come and check it out. Yep. Yeah. Anyone else with any additions, David or Coach Dorothy?
For me, I'm thinking in in the first world, I know one thing for a fact. If you max out your credit cards, I mean, you're finished. You
Yep.
know, you're finished because your credit is gonna go low. Your credit worth is determined by your financial habits. And if you have nowhere to run, your credit card or this credit system is something that you can fall back to. But
Yeah.
you see, when she tells you that she got to a point where she had maxed out, that tells you she went rock bottom. She went rock bottom. And to be able to spring up, the energy, the zeal, wow, it's
Woo, that's
amazing.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's
Amazing.
amazing because with at that level, you're even skeptical to try out business. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Yeah.
You're just going to be looking for jobs
Mm-hmm.
because you need to depend on something that is going to be pouring into
More.
you
Mm-hmm.
consistently, you
Exactly.
know? And you know how businesses are. Sometimes things just don't work out as really expected. It's not a get rich quick, kind of scheme. You know what I mean? This is a business which you need to work. Okay. So I can imagine, the spirit and the zeal to fight. It's
Wow. Just
quite
amazing.
it's quite amazing. It's quite
Yes.
amazing. Kudos to your
Yes.
um, to your successes and the fighting spirit. Yeah,
Yeah.
you've really inspired me.
Amazing.
You've struck something in me that, wow,
Yeah.
it can be difficult, but you did it. You did it.
Nobody should
Thank
have a
you, Dorothy.
business.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's what I had to say.
Dorothy, Coach Dorothy.
Wow, wow. I'm just out of words, when it comes to credit cards. I was there. I really know what it means by you having, like you outdated, whereby even if you're looking for another credit card, you are not even qualified for it. And I really, it just remind me when I started my business, like I already even made a decision of going back home because I just looked into myself. I'm like, I'm going to just pay on the bills and dates. And I'm like, I think I should go. So, but it was really inspiring. That's what I can say. And thank you very much for sharing.
Thank you so much, Coach Ellena. Oh, Coach Dorothy, for that addition. And the next question, I know we are running out of time, but
Yeah.
we'll try and get a little faster for you. Okay. So our number three question is: were there any moments when you felt like giving up? Because with a business, there are challenges, and I don't know how you feel about the challenges, and I don't know how you are motivated to keep going.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dorothy, for that question again. You know what? I just wanted to share this one to you guys. In the beginning, when I started the business, um, I was very shy to post about my family. About I was so not shy. That's not the right word. I was scared of the judgment of the people, and I was only limited of what I can actually share to people about myself. And because we are in attraction marketing, we are sharing most of the things about our life in social media, right? But then you know what, you don't need to, for those of you guys who are watching here right now, you don't need to open your closet everything to, right? You need to, you still need to
Yes.
train all of that one, guys, before you post it. You know what I mean? Like for me, the one of the struggles that I had before is I couldn't even post about my son that time. But then when I realized, and when I realized that I'm not getting any success in the first big in the beginning of my business, because seeing those people in our community, I wanted to be like them. I wanted to get the result right away,
So
right?
fast. Yes.
Just so fast. It's just like a click of a finger. I wanted to do it. I wanted to get that one right away, right? And that's it. Actually, a normal thing that we have in our heart and in our mind, right? That we wanted to get that success just like other people, and we didn't even know what they were going through or what they went through to get that success, right? We were like, we were in that position where we were you know comparing ourselves to those people that have success. But then at the back of it, we didn't know exactly what did they go through, what process did they go through to reach that kind of position in their life, right? And so when I was like thinking about it, it's like I'm not getting success. And it came to the point like, my husband came from work and he saw me crying. I was like, why are you crying? I was like, because I don't have a success in the business. That's so funny. But at those looking back those, a situation or that scenario where I was crying about the success because I wanted to have that instant success, right? I felt like I'm giving everything, but in reality is I was not giving everything that I could to, to become successful yet. And here's the thing that I actually learned from it. Because I was not sharing about a lot of things about my life. And being in this business or running this kind of business, you need to share about your life because you need to build the trust of other people, right? How could you build the trust of other people where in fact you can even trust yourself in trusting them about your story, kind of thing, right? And so when I realized, I said, like, what, I don't really mind about what other people say about me anymore. I don't really care about what other people, the opinions of other people anymore. I wanted to share about the real story of myself, right?
Right.
And when I said that one to myself, that's the time that this business is skyrocketed for me. And when I told that one to myself, I was like, these people that are watching me, they will never, ever, ever give me even a single cent to pay my bills anyways.
That part.
I
Yes.
care about other people. Right. And that motivated me. And because that felt like I want to give up. I was crying with my husband. It's like, and my husband told me, it's like, your time will come. Never give up because your time will come. When he said that to me, and I did my part, I showed to people who is really Elena Arrogante is, right? In the online world, that's the time that this business is skyrocketed. And I'm so grateful that God showed me or put me in that kind of situation where I was crying, where I was, questioning everything around me, right? And I'm so happy and I'm grateful that I was in that position, because that actually helped me to think about it, some ideas to go out from that comfort zone so that I will become successful,
Right.
right? And that motivated me to keep going because I know that this business, I know where I'm going. I know that I'm moving forward into something that is so, that is that I can leave it to my kids. Like, I'm moving forward into building a legacy that I can leave it to my kids. Rather than being an employee and exactly that there is no job security at all. Like, you are in that position where you're making thousands of dollars, maybe 15,000, $10,000, and I don't think you will be able to make that one being an employee, right? Unless you are really the director of one of the biggest company, right? You will be making that kind of money. But if not, like, uh, being an employee, there is no job security, right? And you will at the end of the day, you know exactly where you're going as well. That means you will be only waiting for that pension plan from the government, which will never be enough for you in the next 10 years to come, right?
Correct.
In this business, if you are building this legitimate business, right, you're working so hard. I told to my husband, I don't really care if I work 10 more years in the business, right? 10 more years, I'm still ahead of those people that are working as an employee, right?
Right.
And at the end of the day, I know that the lifetime bonus that this business is giving us would be enough for my kids' future
Right.
to, right? To live that kind of life. And I don't want them to, live something that will drain them. And I don't want to be the burden of my kids. Like, I wanted to build this business because I want to leave a legacy for them. And that is what is actually motivating me every day to get up and work into the business every day,
Right.
right? So, you guys, if you are watching right now, if you're still thinking, what is this business all about? To be honest with you, you don't need to know everything to start the business because the thing is, those information that you wanted to learn is on the other side of it, right? It's on the other side. If you didn't like the business after, of course, it's okay. It's fine. At least you learned something. Not just sitting there stuck there in your life, sitting in that one corner and stuck being in that corner, and you're not moving forward. There's no progress in your life at all, right? Why not try and trust these people on the screen right now to start your business with us? All right, okay. So there you go, guys. Back to you, David, Dorothy, M, and N.
Thank you.
All right. Dorothy, you muted. Okay, go ahead.
Good. Yeah, I'm saying this was that was just touching, and it also gives us, the strategies you can use. Just be yourself, just be yourself. Give your story why you started this, and then challenges will be there when you start a business. Nobody will promise you that you're not gonna have challenges. Every single, even daily life, like Dorothy said last time in our forum, even daily life, we have challenges every day. So you're not gonna be in a position where everything is going smooth, 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 smooth all the way. No, there's nothing like that. That's another world. Maybe when Jesus
Actually,
comes or something.
actually, Dorothy, let me help you with this.
Yes,
The imperfections in our
yes,
lives
yeah,
are designed for our own good.
exactly.
I might sound very philosophical at this, but I want you to realize something. The the very things that we call imperfections in our lives, in the way we work, in the way we live, how we move, how we commute to work. I mean, in all spheres of our lives, those things that you and I call imperfections, they're actually designed, they're by design, and they're for the greater good of ourselves. Because each one of us is special in how we were created and in how we do things. Okay, I have very strong um, skills in areas that you don't. Okay, I'm very good with technology. I figure out things so easily, so fast. But I'm not very good with treating myself or feeding myself. Do you know what I mean? Otherwise, I would still be a nurse or a doctor or something, but I'm not. So what you might see as a disadvantage on your part or a challenge, it might be the very thing that God has planted for you to be elevated in another way that you can't imagine. Because if you look at Elena's life, she's shared very very deep and personal information about her family. But if you look at those challenges, you would imagine that they would depress her to lose it. You know what I mean? But imagine how she turns around, or how it turns around um, into an opportunity and an understanding of what she can stand for and do for the greater good of herself and her family. Okay. She has built a business around it and she's happy.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
It's not a very perfect world, but there she is.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
And so each one of us, Dorothy, when she was mentioning her journey, okay, she almost boarded a plane to go back to Africa because of the challenges, the debts, working too many jobs, having a child in this place, and the challenges of raising a child. You know what it means in these first worlds. You don't have help the way we do have it in Africa. Extended family. You have aunties. You have all sorts of people that can come and give a hand. It's not like that here. Everybody. These are capitalistic worlds. So imagine at such a point where you feel like, you know what, I'm giving up. And then here comes an opportunity. You say, you know what, let me give this a shot. And guess what? It ends up changing your life. You take action and it changes your life. So in a way, you'll see that what we look at as challenges, or what we look at as imperfections in our lives because other people are having it, we might think that other people are having it smooth because they're driving very beautiful cars, they have very wonderful homes and all these kinds of things. But you see, behind all that you see, people have their issues as well that they're dealing with, you know and what you might think as, oh, they're driving this, or they're living this kind of life, or they're running these kinds of businesses, these things could have come as a result of the imperfections in their lives, the challenges in their lives that pushed them to become.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So for me, again, when I hear a story, it pushes me to ask myself a question: where is the big why for doing what you're doing or what you inspire to do? If you don't have a big enough why, I'm telling you, there are beautiful opportunities here, but you won't see them until you sit down and architect your why. Figure it out. If it means grabbing a pen and paper, write write it down and pin it up so that you know by looking every day at that post or that picture or that wherever you've written why you're waking up to do what you're doing. Because if you don't have that, if it's not big enough that you don't have to read it somewhere, do that. Then that will motivate you and keep you focused.
Yeah, never.
So,
And you know what, never be afraid of failures,
Yeah.
because most of us are afraid of failures. That will not lead us to the kind of life that we really wanted to reach, those dreams that we wanted to reach. And you always have to remember this one. Maybe you're seeing these videos, or maybe you're seeing this opportunities all over social medias already, but you keep on asking yourself, is this real? It is true, right? There's a person that came into my business yesterday, and she became part of the community. And she was watching me for she was watching me. She asked me about the business, and I sent her the information, and then she stopped. All of a sudden she stopped, and then she came to me. You know why she stopped? It's because she was not very sure if this is a legitimate business. And you know what, this is what I can advise you guys. you know Always remember to have that, how to go, never be afraid to fail in life, right? Because if you are going to be bold in your life in pursuing your dreams, I tell you guys, it's gonna be the best gift ever that you can give to yourself and to your family, right? Be bold and not be afraid in failure, okay? So that you will be able to reach the goals and dreams that you have in your life. If I was not being bold when I started the business with my husband, we probably not able to live this kind of life right now, traveling multiple times in a year. As a matter of fact, we've been into four places already for the past 6 months with my family, and we continuously making five figures every month because of this business.
Wow.
And what an amazing opportunity that you have as well. It's already in front of you, and God will never show you the business if there is no plan for you. Okay, you will never see the plan for now. You will never put all together the puzzles for now. But in the next or in the future, when you started, and at the end of the day, after 2 years or 3 years, you will see actually the puzzles that come together, and you will say to yourself, "Thank God, I did it."
You did
And
it.
I was not afraid of becoming, to fail in my life. And
Wow.
that's the only thing that I wanted to leave now, before I go, right? Because this lady, I think that they have, they don't have enough time anymore. So, lady and handsome, gentleman in the screen, okay?
thank you.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So maybe we'll ask you the last question, Elena. I know it has been way past your time, and we appreciate you giving us some extra minutes to your life. So I'm gonna ask David. I think David. Yeah, or
Yeah.
Dorothy and or David K. You can ask the
Yeah.
last question just to kind of sum it up. And yeah,
All right. Helena, just to wind up things, we usually ask this question, and I want to ask you the same question. Can you share any valuable lessons or insights you've gained from your experience as an online business owner? What can you leave with our audience, the people that are watching us? Any insights?
Can you hear me, guys? I'm cutting
Yes.
off.
yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry, I'm
yeah,
cutting off. I don't know what's happening to my internet. Okay,
okay.
what was that again? Sorry, David.
David, can you
Um,
repeat?
all right. Can you share any valuable lessons or insights you've gained from your experience as an online business owner?
Okay. Well, you know what? There's so many things, but I just wanted to share to you maybe one or two. One of the valuable lessons that I gained from the experiences of being an online entrepreneur in this community is, never, as I've said, I've been talking about the, being afraid of failure and everything, right? Just be true to yourself. The more that you share your real you, the more that people will embrace you and love you, right? And when they love you and when they embrace what you are sharing to everybody, that's when the time that, the trust will build between you and your audience, right? The more that the more that you being bold in pursuing your dreams, the more that God will bless you more, and have faith in him. Because, when I started the business, as I've said, I was not praying about anything about it, right? I was not praying about this one. But, God is so merciful. And I realized then that, God showed me the business because he's going to use me to be a vessel to change the lives of other people. Be authentic. You're right, right? Be authentic. And, the more that you share what you have, and don't be afraid of sharing about this kind of business, right? For those of you who are in the business already, this is what I wanted to share to you guys. This is wanted to the advice that I wanted to leave to you guys. Never ever be afraid of sharing this opportunity to the people, because you never know if this opportunity will also change the lives of those thousands of people around the globe. So never stop doing that one. And for those of you who are watching, still watching, sitting on the fence, right? Watching, well, I just wanted to wait for these people to become successful before I get into the business. Like, never wait for that opportunity, right? Because
Yes.
you're gonna be so behind, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
Start this business as soon as possible, because I tell you and we promised you that this business is actually a legitimate business that you can actually transfer it to your kids, and the next generations to come. Okay,
Wow.
you're not only building a business for yourself, for your
Mhm.
retirement with your spouse, but you are also building a business that you can actually transfer it to your next generation to come, and that's what you have to work for it in the business. All
Wow.
right, that's
Yes.
the only thing that I wanted to share, everybody. Thank you so
Thank
very
you
much
so much.
for
Okay.
having me here. It's a wonderful conversations to this wonderful, beautiful people on the screen, and I
Yes.
hope that your audience was actually got some valuable informations or an inspiration
Yeah.
for them to move forward to start this online business.
Wow. Thank you
Okay,
so
thank you.
much. Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much,
much,
so much,
Elena.
so much,
Wish.
Elena. Yes, we are so grateful. And I want Dorothy and David K. please say something and, thank Coach Elena or say something
Oh,
before, Coach Elena leaves.
uh, okay. Thank you, Coach Elena. We're really humbled to have you here, and thank you very much to accept our invitation. As
Yes.
a coach, we know coaches in our business they're super busy, but we are
Busy.
glad that you
So
had that
grateful.
time for you. You had time for us. And the other thing, I appreciate you as our forum here. That thank you very much for coming, and thank you very much for sharing. When you were sharing about your challenges in this business, and then you mentioned that okay, I realized that, like, you realized that the problem wasn't the business, the problem was you. You are doing something wrong. So it takes me back to always, you guys, I always tell you, forever, if you are watching us out there, that fear no challenge if you have a solution. So Coach Elena had a solution, but she didn't know how to use it. Like she didn't know how to find that solution. So as soon as she found the solution, she's
Yep.
shining.
That's it.
So yeah, never fear any challenge if you have a solution. And in our business, we always have sorry, we always have a solution because we have a coach and a mentor. So that means they are your solution for your any challenge or problem you have. Okay. And thank you very much, Coach Helena, for sharing with us. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a
Thank you.
wonderful weekend.
Have
God
a
bless
wonderful
everyone.
weekend. Bye bye.
Okay, bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay, guys. All right. Thank you very much. Our
Wow.
guest, she has gone. So let's just go through about the comments we have, and
Yes.
unless if you have something to add on, yes, guys.
No. Yeah,
Okay.
Dorothy, you can take us through through the comments.
All right. So we have. Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Let's see. We have Anatalia. Anatalia says we have an amazing online business opportunity. Highly recommended. Thank you very much,
Thank
Anne.
you.
And we have here Nadia says, "Hey, watching from what place is this?
Bahrain.
Bahrain.
Bahrain. It's a country called
Bahrain.
Bahrain. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I think she was saying happy anniversary for our guest. She's making 6 years. Is it tomorrow or next month?
I think
6 years in the business. Yeah,
yes.
thank you very much.
Wow.
Oh, that means she has been watching us from the beginning.
Yeah.
Thank you. And we have Jenny saying, watching from Switzerland. Looking forward for all information. All right, Jen, thank
Thank
you for working
you.
your courage with us. Thank you for your time. And we have here Dina says, watching from Spain. Wow. Thank you, Dina. Thank you. And Diana again says, yes, this
This
business is amazing.
Amazing.
Indeed,
is
it is. All right, we have somebody here. Say, Jane, watching. Hey, everybody watching from the USA. Hey, we are here. How are you? We have Gladys says patience, persistence, resilience are key
key factors.
virtues. Thank you very much, Gladys. And we have Zawardi says, check this business opportunity. Check this business out. Highly recommend. Thank you. We have
Thank you so
Rebecca,
much.
guys. I'm not going to go through everything. I'm sorry. Rebecca says hi. Hi, Rebecca. Thank you. And we have Nadia again. Oh, wow. Thank you, Nadia. To the end. Wow. Thank you for sharing your coach, Elena. All right, Coach Elena, they're thanking you. Hope you're watching this. Thank you, Gladys, for coming, for watching, and thank you, coaches. Thank you for watching too. See you. Here is Rebecca says that see you guys. If I did not go through your comment, we are sorry. It's because of time. So maybe next time. Okay. All right. So is any? I think that's it for today.
Yes.
Back to Dorothy or back to David.
Oh, David, anything else from our gentleman?
Well, apart from just wishing everybody wonderful, prosperous week. Um, Thank you for joining us tonight and being a part of this every day, or Sunday. Thank you, and we hope to see you next Sunday. For those that are new here, look in the description. Like we always say, there is a link to our website. Click on that link. Um, Unlock a free 20 minutes or 90 minutes video explaining about this business by entering your name and your email. Check it out for yourself. If it makes sense and you think it's an opportunity you're cut out to do, you're welcome to join. And if it's not, then again, you're welcome to look at other opportunities elsewhere. Thank you, and we hope to see you next Sunday. Bye bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye for now.
Bye
Thank
for
you so
now.
much. Yes.